It's time to say hello to the very final question of RPG A Day 2017 and to say farewell to the questionnaire itself. Let's get to this. What do you anticipate most for gaming in 2018? Well, I don't really anticipate any publications or events or anything like that. The thing I pretty much anticipate for gaming in 2018 is a couple of campaigns that are about to start in the near future. Campaigns that I'm going to be a player in. There aren't any campaigns in the workings where I'm the game master for the near future. I'm running one currently, and that's not slowing down anytime soon. So I'm looking forward to a couple of campaigns where I'm going to be a player. One campaign which was originally scheduled to start already, but everybody was kind of feeling like, how about we play a little between game before this? How about we play a little D&D to just kind of let's just get our D&D rocks off, kind of deal. But once the D&D deal is done, we're going to be playing a Star Trek campaign in which I'm going to be playing the captain of our ship, and it's going to be the same group that I regularly play with. It's going to be Phil and Roger and John, and Philippe Juan Kajira is going to be the game master in that campaign. And I'm going to be the captain. John is going to be our security chief, and Roger is going to be our counselor, who's basically our kind of like chief negotiator and diplomat kind of character. The kind of character that Deanna Troi should have been, kind of thing. Like a lot of people bitch and moan about Deanna Troi being the counselor and just being on the command deck and never really doing anything useful. But if she would have been used more, actively in the diplomatic situations and negotiation situations and stuff like that, an empath could have been awesome. And that's what we're basically going to be getting with Roger's character, an empath who's going to be actively used in those situations. Myself, I'm going to be playing, John is going to be playing, I can't remember the name of that race, those blue dudes with the tendrils on their head, but he's going to be playing one of those kind of warrior type of character, and I'm going to be playing the captain. And my captain character is going to be I wanted to play something that hasn't been a captain archetype in the any of the shows thus far, or at least not the main captain of the main crew in any of the shows in Star Trek thus far. And I basically kind of my character is going to be, personality-wise, at least the kind of launching point. These characters' personalities tend to mold and reshape, while you play them quite a lot. But from this kind of starting point, and the kind of inspiration for me was to kind of take Teddy Roosevelt, this very principled adventurer, kind of macho man's man character, and Jesse Ventura, this kind of very opinionated, boisterous, very loud and charismatic, this kind of again, like this man's man macho deal, and kind of bring them together into this Tom Selleck looking Indonesian bodybuilder, framed captain character who smokes cigars and goes on long nature hikes and wild game hunts, and is very cultured and that sort of stuff, but who has also a lot of darker weaknesses, very like human weaknesses to him that we're gonna explore in the game, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. That's something I'm very much looking forward to. And the other thing is another campaign. Oh, damn cats. And the other campaign is going to be a professional wrestling campaign. And we're not going to be playing the wrestling stuff in a combat-oriented way. We're not going to be playing them in a way where we focus on what happens on basically the wrestling show, or at least what the fans see happening on the wrestling show. We're going to do it much more in the kind of Darren Aronofsky's wrestler kind of way. All of us are pretty much big wrestling buffs, and especially the kind of shoot interview, wrestling book kind of podcast enthusiasts who just kind of revel in all this kind of behind the scenes stuff that goes down. And we wanted to play a game that's set in like the early 80s and in kind of like this small time circuit, in terms of wrestling, and where it's more about the kind of grind of being on the road and going from show to show and being kind of confined into this tight space of the car you ride the highways down, and when you go from country to country, because we're going to set it in Europe in a fictional kind of wrestling federation territory deal. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. In that game, I'm going to be playing this kind of failed bodybuilder and powerlifter kind of character who's got serious daddy issues. This kind of emotionally fragile, super timid kind of character who's also struggling with a lot of personal issues and stuff that I don't want to go into now, but that are going to be explored in the game. But the kind of thing is that he's going to be like a gentle giant kind of character. He's super timid and somebody who's very unconfrontational and all these sorts of things. But physically, he's like a giant steroid growth hormone monster, so he's going to be portraying this giant / monster type of gimmick called the Mammoth, where he walks into the ring in this kind of Fred Flintstone type of silhouette, and this kind of towel or pelt covering his eyes, is where he's kind of passively being walked to the ring by his handler, his kind of manager there, kind of kimchi kind of type of deal, kind of like kimchi and Kamala kind of thing. And when the bell rings, the kind of pelt is pulled off his face and he goes like full on bug-eyed, kind of snarling and screaming savage kind of thing. So it's kind of a mixture. For that character, my inspirations were kind of a mixture of Kamala, of Umaga, of Festus, and of Zeus, of Tiny Lister's Zeus character in that No Holds Barred wrestling movie. So basically just kind of like big eyes and just snarling, spit flying, just kind of stuff. But at this all the while, the real person being this kind of super timid kind of person, this high pitched kind of dude. So yeah, I'm real tired while filming this, if that's not already self-evident by my energy levels here. But yeah, it's been a long day and it's been a long challenge. It's been fun making content every single day and kind of talking off the top of your head, not preparing too much for each video, and kind of seeing that a lot of people have enjoyed just listening to me yammer on about whichever subject is the subject of the day. And it's been fun. So yeah, it was fun. And the cats are flipping out, running across the apartment. Okay, I'm gonna enjoy this and be off. Bye.